But starting off the show this evening, I'm going to find out about an epic fundraising walk. You can do this for charity, and to find out more, Denny Elliott from Self Help Africa joins us now in the studio. Denny, how are you?
I'm really well, Rob, thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us. So tell us about this walk. This is the famous Camino walk that I've been hearing lots about over the years. I've never done it, but I'd love to find out more about it.
Well, I've just heard so much about it over the years. I've had so many friends who've done the whole route, which took about 8 weeks, and they talked about the whole spiritual experience of it as well. You know, it's a pilgrimage experience, and it's something I'd always wanted to do. And then when COVID kicked in, and a lot of us went out to walks, and we began to kind of get out in the countryside, I started to do more walking, and I thought to myself, when we get back to work, I'm going to organise a trip to the Camino. I wasn't sure what length we were going to do at that stage, but I then decided to go for what's called the English way, which is the end of the Camino, and which is really, really, really beautiful. And the reason I mean, there's two reasons we wanted to do it. One was just for the whole spiritual aspect of it, and to carry on with kind of trying to keep half fit. But the other was the need to raise funds, Rob, because we were hit really, really, really hard over the past 2 years. And the people that we represent here in Northern Ireland, I run a project. I'm responsible for a project in northeastern Uganda in a region called Teso, and working with 1,500 rural farmers. And you know, our ability to keep them funded to do the work that they need to do is really important to me. And you know, we've been hit hard. We've had to close shops, like all charities. You know, I'm not crying poverty about it. All charities have been hit by this. We've had large-scale payoffs within the organisation. We've had to close some of our charity shops, and a lot of our volunteers, which should be say, volunteers are typically in our shops of 65 plus.
Yeah.
A lot of them felt very vulnerable with COVID and just didn't come back.
Yeah.
And now we've had to move from volunteer-led shop business model towards a staff-led, which cuts back on any profits you're going to make as well. So we're trying to make a real effort to drive up events. And I thought, you know, wouldn't it be a brilliant thing to do, just for myself as well? I'm supposed to be a wee bit selfish. I thought I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that some friends will come with me as well, and I can take up to 12 with me.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get a group of 12 to go with me.
Okay, so you're looking for people to join you on this Camino walk then. The first thing that springs to my mind is, how fit do you have to be to do this?
Well, you know what? I thought a wee bit about that before we decided on the last leg of it. The last leg is we fly into Santiago Airport, and we travel from a little fishing village called Ferrol down to the conclusion down at Santiago de Compostela. Mm-hmm. And that's not a bad route. It might sound worse than it is. It's 114 kilometres over the 7 days. But that's about 70
How many is that a day then?
Well, it averages, I'm saying that averages now 10 a day, 10 mile a day. But there's one of the days you're doing 28 kilometres, which is about, what's that? It's about 18, 19 miles on that day. So I suppose, you know, people would have to have some level of fitness.
Yes.
But it's pretty level. We're walking along with the sea or with rivers most of the way. So I didn't want to pick an area that would be too hard on people. I was in San Sebastian last week for a break, met a lot of people doing the walk there in the Basque country, mm-hmm. and they were sore, you know.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of climbing. Apparently it's beautiful because you get the whole view of the Basque country with the ocean behind you and all the rest. But I was glad then when I'd met those people, taking a couple of days out, sore legs, that I hadn't chosen that route. So that's why I chose it. So people need to be about average level of fitness.
Yeah.
Or even if they had no level of fitness at the minute, Robin, they still get 2 or 3 months to get ready.
So this is September we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. From the 4th of September until the 11th of September. So if you know, we just do an average amount of walk, maybe 5k a day or something, just build it up, and we'll, you know, we go as fast as the slowest person, but nobody's there to race.
Yeah.
It's about meeting people and having a kind of spiritual experience along the way.
Brilliant.
It's really good, you know.
So how much money do you have to raise then to get yourself on this trip?
Yeah, well, we ask you to raise £2,000, and we would make about £1,100 of that. Would go with it costs us about £900 to pay for the flights there and back, and to pay for all the hotels all the way down, plus transportation. Yeah. So when you think about it, you're not carrying all your gear all the way from Ferrol. When you're moving on to the next village, there will be transportation there that will take all your everything you have, all your clothing. They will move it on to the next location. So it'll be lovely and easy and laid back. But we're asking people to raise £2,000. Our costs are about 900 But if I can get 12 people do it, I get maybe 12, 14,000 pounds, and that would make a big difference to the work we're doing.
Exactly right. Well, if people want to get involved, how do they get in touch with you then?
Look at the website www.selfhelpafrica.uk, and they'll find it and put in Camino.
Yeah.
And they'll find the Camino 2022. They'll find it there, and you can connect with me there, or put down an expression of interest, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, well, it sounds like a great walk. I've met so many people who have done it over the years and have had such an amazing experience out of it that they've actually wanted to go back and do it again.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I think I will go back there maybe next year and pick a different area, maybe coming down into the south of France.
Yeah.
Just something different, but it's something a lot of people are doing when they're retired as well. We can't take 8 weeks out to go and do a walk like that, but it would be nice to do a week at a time for the next couple of years. I think we can really enjoy that, and we can raise money along the way.
All right, okay. Well, the best of luck with it, and the best of luck with Self-Help Africa as well, because I know you need those vital funds to keep going as well.
We do. There's a lot of people at the minute dependent on us. They've been very badly hit by COVID as well there. And I just want to say that the climate change stuff is really, really impacting in Uganda. People here are cynical about, not all people, but some people here are very cynical about climate change and how it's impacting. But in places like Uganda, the rain's not falling at the same time every year. They have 2 rainy seasons there. And the problem is that the farmers can't predict when the rain's going to fall. They might go through a really dry period. And then when the rain comes, it falls too heavy and we get wash away. We get wash out. It washes all the seeds away. Other times, the locusts are coming in and devouring all the crops. And they just need help. And a lot of the money that we'll be raising will be planting trees, for example, to hold the soil together and obviously absorb carbon dioxide. That's the idea.
All right, well, a good start would be supporting you on this walk. Give us those contact details once again, and as you do, they will appear on the bottom of the screen. Okay,
simply go on the Self-Help website, which is www.selfhelpafrica, and then just go on to Camino 22.
Brilliant. Well, Denny, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.